So we knew that my parents wanted a pool, and we talked to, I think, 5 people before we went with Roberts, or Robert LaPointe, and basically they all kind of gave me the runaround. Their estimates were all over the place. He kind of talked me through it on that initial phone call. He gave me an idea of what would be more expensive, what would be in our budget, what we could do and what we couldn't. And that really helped us kind of decide what we wanted to do, how we were going to pull the trigger on it, and then he made it really easy to jump on that as soon as we were ready. So with the team, my point of contact was always Robert. He would directly reach out to me through messages. He would call me, FaceTime me every now and then to give updates. The communication was always top notch. Kind of unexpected. Most contractors I know are pretty busy. They subcontract everything. They don't know what their guys are doing. Not only were his guys here at different times, and sometimes multiple crews would be here at once, and he would be here early in the morning making sure things were going smoothly throughout the day. Cost, I think, was the biggest hesitation, just because the estimates that we got early on were all over the place. We didn't really know what to expect, like what size pool, the materials, everything like that. He made it really simple. He kind of explained that high level at the beginning when we were first going through things. And then ultimately when we got to the design portion of it, we got a bunch of different designs that he created on the computer. But then we went and saw the materials in person. We got to touch them, we got to feel them, everything like that. And we got to pick exactly how we wanted it to come to life, basically. I would say the pool itself, the lounging is fun. My wife, my mom, they love being in the sun, but when we have the whole family here, you got some people on the sun deck lounging, and then most of us, when the guys are over, we're roughhousing in the pool, playing basketball, things like that. So all of it pretty much gets used every single time. So the communication from the first conversation I had with Robert, he knew exactly what he was doing. He talked me through the process. He basically laid out 4 different stages of where we were going to be at through completion. Even with the rain and the weather not playing its part, they still got it done on time. We were actually ahead of schedule on most of the things that he outlined. So the communication as the delays happened, as the little things changed, we had a couple work orders that we added additional stuff to, and they were very easy to get that updated, and the team just knocked it out as soon as we agreed to things. Yeah, so the timeline was initially, I believe, 5 weeks to completion. I think they knocked out the bulk of it within 2.5 weeks. We had payments scheduled. We talked about payments, how we were going to pay for it. We didn't do any loans, so we paid for everything up front. Payment came in, we did it, we took care of the invoice. 2 days later, the job was done for that section. So everything moved pretty smoothly, and ultimately the only delay was if we had a hold up on our side for payments or anything like that, but his team was ready to go anytime. Yeah, so Robert went over the options at the beginning of the process. We talked about materials, we talked about finishes, everything in between. And what really stood out to me was the knowledge that he had about how much price difference it would be between the different materials, and would we be okay with sacrificing on that end, or if we should just take the hit finance-wise and just go for the extra quality. And I'm glad we did. At the end of the day, we didn't go with the concrete cement padding. We went with tiles, and really nice tiles for that matter. They're very thick, they're very solid. And even around the pool, like where the waterfall is, the different tile choices that we chose, we got to feel them, we got to see them. He even did a water test while we were looking at them to show you what they would look like when they're dry, what they look like when they're wet. So you really could see the vision happening before the pool was even built. And that really helped us narrow our choices down and know exactly what we wanted. Yeah, so before the pool was built, being in Houston, Texas, you never want to go outside. You sweat going from your front door to the mailbox, so you kind of avoid being outside. Ever since the pool was built and now the area that we have out here, we're eating dinner out here at the table as a family. We're spending the days completely out in the sun. Everybody loves it. Even when we have guests over, we have family that comes visits us from other states. it's kind of like a little vacation for them when they come here. So it's definitely changed how we actually use the house, and it's awesome. All right, so if somebody recommended, or if I was going to give a recommendation for somebody to build a pool, I would definitely choose Robert and his team at Fox Poolscapes, especially if you're up here in the Woodlands, Montgomery County area. This is kind of where all his clients mainly are. Not saying that he doesn't travel outside of that, but the quickness in getting the job done, in communication, the price was a big one compared to some of the other quotes we got. He really built the idea that we had in our head, he put it into a design, and he got us that for the price that we were okay with. So highly recommend him and his team, and the results speak for themselves.